Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sick of Shit Broadcasting. I'm the host of this program, Mr. Sick of Shit, because, like yourself, I am just so sick of this shit. And there's so much of it going on in this country and throughout the world. Let's begin with this. Guess who owns the majority of the news networks in this country? There are 6 main corporations that own all the news networks. Those are Disney, Comcast, 21st Century Fox, Time Warner Cable, and there's another one mixed in there somewhere, but the top 3 are Disney, Comcast, and 21st Century Fox. They own the majority. Disney owns ABC, A&E, as well as, of course, you don't really get much other than sports news on ESPN, but they own that one also. Comcast is the biggest and has its hands in every step of both production and distribution of news. They also are the world's largest cable and internet provider. 21st Century Fox owns Fox News. Well, I'm sure most of us are familiar with them. And these are the 3 biggest of 6, and these 3 own more than just what I've mentioned so far. Now, I don't know about you, but knowing that these 3 companies own the majority of the news networks, and that Disney has Universal Studios, where they produce very realistic looking films as well as TV series, as does 21st Century Fox, does the same thing. This leads me to ask the question, how do I know that what they broadcast as news is not anything other than an elaborate Hollywood production that is put in front of our faces on a daily basis? How does anyone know that that is not what's actually happening? I don't think that we really can say that we know one way or the other that we're getting real footage versus an elaborate Hollywood production. Just something to think about. President Metamucil in the Geritol House of D.C. now claims that he is concerned about a coup, that Trump supporters may attempt some sort of an overthrow to get him out of office for whatever the reason. I don't believe that that's going to happen. I do believe that if we see something like that being broadcast, that it is going to be exactly what I just called out the news to potentially be. And that would be a big, elaborate Hollywood production. And he would use this, they would use this, for one reason and one reason only. And that would be to go after their opposition in any way they choose, to silence them, whatever that might be. And personally, I believe that they're already doing that. I'm going to tell you why. Because although I am not a Trump supporter, I was for the first 3 years that he was in office, until he decided he was going to betray the entire country with his, invention. We'll just put it that way. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to know what I'm talking about when I say his invention. One that is being widely distributed throughout this country and is likely going to kill a whole lot of people. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. At any rate, my dad has no criminal history. He has never been diagnosed with a mental disorder of any kind. And for the first time in his life, he was denied the ownership of a handgun. So I'm just telling you, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, which is being operated mostly, well, as far as the governor and the mayors of quite a few of the cities anyway, are Democrats, you know. So I believe that that is likely the reason for that. If he tried to get one here, I don't know, he might have tried to get one in Indiana, which really wouldn't make a whole lot of sense if he was in Indiana trying to get one. I don't know if it was Kentucky or Indiana, but he's been denied a handgun. And I'm sure that there's only one reason for that, and that is because he is not a fan of the white-haired troll in D.C. I'm not a fan of him either, but I don't have to concern myself with that issue. We'll just leave it at that. Ukrainian soldiers are cruel beyond your imagination. Not only are they taking Russian soldiers as prisoner, which is normal during a time of war, but it is not normal to tie them up, lay them on the ground, cover their heads, and shoot them in the legs and just leave them there to suffer. That is what Ukrainian soldiers are doing. As if that is not bad enough, they took a Russian Christian and literally crucified him, nailed him to a cross. They crucified this man and then set him on fire and burned him alive. That is the kind of people, the kind of military that President Metamucil supports. Again, I've asked this question before and I will ask it again. If that's the kind of dictator and military that he supports, what is he himself capable of doing in this country to his opposition once he's got his people, or those that are behind him, thinking that what he's showing the country is real and true? What will they then be willing and capable of doing to the opposition? Well, we all know that dictators hate people of faith, regardless what faith that they have, who they put their faith in. If their faith is not in them, they want them out of the picture. That's the way these things go. And that is exactly what currently President Metamucil, the white-haired troll, that's what he is he's going to wind up being if somebody doesn't do something, whatever that may be, to get him out. Now, am I saying that he should be forced out? If we can do that legally, that would be great. And impeachment, I'm right there with that. Not only him, but his entire administration. And I really feel like that's exactly what needs to be pushed for. Exactly what needs to be pushed for. So, that's what we have going on currently. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better, folks. Looks like it's only going to get worse. So, pray for the people of Ukraine. Pray for people involved in war all over the world. And pray for the health and well-being of the people of this country. do everything that you can in your own community to promote love, peace, and unity. Till next time, Mr. Sick of Shit, signing out.